right now we have the one and only Rasta Reuben joining us. How you doing? You good?
Greetings to DJKat, greetings to all the Arawak fans and listeners. This is yours truly, Rasta Reuben Kwabena, Reggae Planet Ambassador worldwide on the case. And big thanks to DJKat for having me on this interview today.
Anytime. But of course, let the listeners know who is Rasta Reuben. Let them know a little something about you.
Yeah, man, well, Rasta Reuben Kwabena is a recording and performing artist, you know. I'm a Jamaican Canadian, born in Jamaica, grew up in Canada, but right now traveling around, you know, expanding the productions, you know, working with different producers from Europe and Africa. Currently, I'm in Europe right now, and I'm getting set to return to Africa in a few months. So just working on a brand new album here with several different producers, some from Africa and some from right here in Berlin.
Nice. Definitely. And you know, I don't know if you remember, but we've spoke before. So what have you been getting up to?
Definitely we speak before and things.
Yeah. So what have you been getting up to?
Just been mainly working on these couple of albums, you know, like it's a double album thing, but basically we're almost finished with volume 1 now, and the next one, most of the productions is being done in Nigeria. So after we finish this one, then we're going to fly back to Nigeria, where I'm working with promoter Ezekiel Golson from Worldly Promotions, and I'm also working with producer Dave Azzi from Bright Sound Studio in Jos City, Nigeria, which is close to the capital city of Abuja.
Yeah.
So it's a good look, you know. I was there a few years ago, and lots of good vibe and everything, and now we're working together musically to bring out some new music for the people there.
For real. And you know, for those who are listening and may never have heard you, don't know your style, how would you describe your style and what's different about you as an artist?
Well, my style is mainly roots rock reggae, you see me? Like, me love all the different categories of reggae, from reggae itself to dancehall to ska, you know, all the different types, you know, but I would say my primary style is, you know, is the specific genre known as roots rock reggae. Yeah, that's what we kind of deal with. Yeah, so in that style, we still do lovers rock. We still do some dancehall here and there. We also do some dubs and electronic and that kind of remix. But, you know, I would say the best way to describe it is roots rock reggae, and also the next way is the Reggae Planet. The Reggae Planet style is like my kind of music because it's a blend of all the different places that I've kind of sojourned, you know what I mean, in that I grew up in Jamaica, but I also grew up in Canada. Born in Jamaica and grew up in Canada, so, you know, it's a blend of all the different musical vibes from there, as well as now within the new music, a lot of African influences in there, and I've been working with a producer from Ghana, as well as a producer from Nigeria, so the new music is quite interesting in that it's still roots rock reggae, but it also have some of the African Afrobeat feel coming into it now. Yeah.
For real. And what makes you different as an artist to any other artists out there?
Well, as I say, the difference is really that, you know, what I notice happening in the music is that the music is kind of become more let's say the dance music and all of these styles of music, which is okay, but the roots rock reggae is not being so upkeep, you know, and my band keep up that type of genre, you know, and making it new, you know, not just as in the music that was made in the 70s or the 80s, but we're making modern roots rock reggae in the new millennium in these times, you know?
For real.
It's very refreshing, and it has a certain sound to it. And as I say, it's of an international sound, so it's best described as Reggae Planet music. You get me?
Definitely.
And you can find out more about us at reggaeplanetradio.com, which is our website.
Definitely, for real.
Anybody want to find out more about us can check out reggaeplanetradio.com. You get me? So
Definitely.
That is the kind of music that we deal with. But it's the same message, the same message of reggae, same message of Rastafari, right? You know what I mean? So we're just another soldier in the army of the Rastafari culture. You're still at high power. You see me?
For real, for real. But you know, let's talk about that because there's been some, I suppose, controversy in regards to Rasta authenticity. You know, there was a big story in regards to, Phantom Moja, Jacure. I'm sure you've seen them all. What's your thoughts about it in regards
Well,
to...
you have to refresh me on the Fantan Moja one, because I don't hear so much about the Fantan Moja one. We kind of hear a little bit about it, but, what was the big thing? I don't really know exactly.
So, of course...
I know that there was some kind of...
So, of course, as you know...
So give me a rundown on it.
So, as you know, Phantom Moja is a big roots artist, He does lots of different roots. But then he did a song and it was a bit more dance or a bit more slack kind of, and obviously the video itself was lots of girls exposed and things like that. So that's why I'm asking, like, the difference in the music and how he's kind of portrayed it, what your thoughts are about it.
Yeah, well, I don't really see the video. I don't really get into the controversy that much, but broadly I would say that what I know of Fantan Moja is that he's an excellent and outstanding artist, and I would go even further and say you can't really put the artist them in a box, you know what I mean? Because we're the inventors of the music, and music itself is versatile. So even if you have like a main style, let's say his main style is roots reggae, then we know him for that, right?
Yeah.
As a good musician, I'm sure he's quite capable of doing dancehall or whatever. Most of the younger reggae artists, them, like if you remember back in the day, a reggae artist was either a great singer or a great DJ, right?
Yeah.
But now, most great reggae artists actually can do both. They could do DJ dancehall style, they could do, proper singing style, like Mojo Bantan will come to mind as a good example of both versatility. So I think what happened is, as each generation grow, the examples was there before them. So they have all of that arena of music to draw from, both the dancehall as well as the roots. And sometimes we also have a movement where we don't really want to keep a fence between the two, because at the end of the day, we're still the large reggae family. So the reggae includes the roots, it includes the dancehall, it includes the rubber dub, it includes the roots rock reggae, and it includes even the ska. The ska is quite legendary too. So you have bands that are making really good ska music right now as well. You know what I mean? So I think it's a matter of from an artist point of view, the artist them is more versatile now. So I don't think you can really say the artist is not roots anymore because he did a song which maybe he's trying to reach our next market. Because sometimes if you already reach the roots market, maybe he's trying to expand into the dancehall market. Okay. Who knows, right?
Okay, yeah, for real,
but
for real.
As I said, to me, him is a great artist. You get me?
Definitely.
And also, think there's a great artist too, Jesse Ryle. Yeah. I remember the controversy about Jesse Ryle was about the Christmas tune. You remember that one there?
Yeah.
Or the Christmas commercial, right?
Yeah.
So the thing with the Christmas commercial now is that everybody see it different way. Maybe some people assume that Rastas don't believe in Christmas, but that's only one viewpoint, because if you go to the Haile Selassie viewpoint, Haile Selassie celebrates Christmas, Ethiopia celebrates Christmas. Maybe they have a different date, like say maybe in regular Babylon they celebrate December 25th, whereas in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church they celebrate January 7th.
Yeah.
But the whole reality is that, Christmas is a significant celebration for people all around the world. So some people don't believe in that Christmas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just believe in celebrating Emperor Haile Selassie's birthday, which is July 23rd. But at the same time, me don't like too much religious argument, to be honest with you. Me don't like religion that much,
Yeah.
A Rasta man. Me don't deal with religion because I find a religion cause a lot of fight with people and let them fight against each other and find different little reasons to, you know what I mean? So I respect everyone's views. That mean if a man celebrate Christmas, to me that doesn't make him be less of a Rasta man. And if a man don't celebrate Christmas, you know what I mean? It's more, to me, it's more how you're really being rather than certain religious belief. Like if you're good, at the end of the day, goodness may I defend. So, you know, goodness comes from all walks of life. You know what I mean?
For real.
Doesn't mean that because a man is a Christian, that means him definitely bad. Or because him is a Rasta, him more good than the Christian. You get me?
For real, for real.
Likewise, a man could look like a Rasta and maybe not living the Rasta life. Likewise, a man could say I'm a Christian and, you know, I think the world kind of grow to a point now where it's not just about which religion you say or which God you talk about, how you believe. It's not so much about what you believe in. It's how you be living.
Yeah.
You get me?
For real,
how
definitely.
You be living is more important than just what you believe. But what you believe does affect how you live. But sometimes I find people spend too much time nowadays arguing various religious controversies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
And maybe sometimes that distract away from actual work that we need to do in terms of improving life for the people on the planet, you know.
Definitely.
You see me?
For real, for real. So, you know, Rasta Reuben. For real. Who inspires you? Who do you kind of look up to?
Well, as a Rasta man, you know, if you know about my music, as me say, my music is known as the Reggae Planet music and is known as Selassie Power music, right? The band, my band name, you know, with my brothers in Canada, it's called Selassie Power, which originally was a sound system of which I was the selector.
Okay.
So, you know, we call it Selassie Power Sound. And then eventually when I started the band now, we call it Selassie Power Band. Over time, we also became known as the Reggae Planet Ambassadors because we have a song named Reggae Planet and it kind of came our theme song. And also we have the Reggae Planet Radio.com, right? So the point is, within the whole inspiration there, the inspiration is obviously Rastafari culture, Selassie Power, and the inspiration is the great reggae ambassadors from such time till now, such as, you know, the great Joseph Culture Hill, Burning Spear, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, all of the great legends of the roots rock reggae from that time, and the legends of the, let's say, the roots and culture renaissance, which includes man like we just mentioned, the great Fantan Mojo, as well as the great Sizzla Kalonji, Anthony B, and all of them. So basically, the way I look at it is that we're from a powerful island, you know, the island of Jamaica.
Yeah.
And from that island is a lot of reggae. Is, you know, the reggae is like second nature to us. We all grew up in that culture and that vibe, and there's a lot of us. There's a big army, and Rasta Reuben Kwabena is one of the Reggae Planet ambassadors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tell us about the song Always Do Your Best. Tell us about that song.
Well, that song Always Do Your Best is a song that was actually on the first album by Rasta Reuben Kwabena, you know, Selassie Power music album known as King of Kings. That was one of the debut songs. But recently, I've been kind of pushing out that song again because some people might not know that song as well, but that album did win Best Debut Album at the Canadian Urban Music Awards, which is an award that they give out for reggae, hip-hop, those kind of music, right? Mm-hmm. So that album did win that award. So it's an award-winning album and an award-winning song. And lately I just get that inspiration to kind of reintroduce that song to the public, you know what I mean? And it's a classic. Basically, it was written about, you know, looking into yourself in life and trying to improve yourself so that you could do your best. So if you listen to the song, it's singing a kind of school setting, like a classroom setting about passing your exam, passing your test, and things like that, and studying your lesson and all of that. So it's written in a school educational setting, but it also is really about life itself as a classroom. You get me? So that was the inspiration in the song. Certain things I was going through at the time made me look into it and say, well, you know, in order for a man to overcome in this life, you kind of have to learn from everything we learn along the way so you don't repeat mistakes of the past and stuff like that. And you have to, push yourself just like any other study so that you can pass the test them, you get me?
For real.
It became a really highly motivational song, and it became one of our main stage songs, right? Also, it was arranged, like, I wrote the basic song, but a lot of the arrangement I would have to give credit to one of my musical elders who now lives in South Africa. He's a Rasta man from Jamaica, and he was the one that really arranged the bass line and put certain dynamics in it. So it has a kind of stage performance type of song. Very good song to sing on stage, very nice to sing along. And it opened the door for me to perform like in some schools, high schools and things like that. And people really, love it, the song, especially when you listen to it as a student or somebody who's in some kind of school course type of thing. So it's a song that opened that door to the educational world. But we have a couple more songs that go with that, like our next song named Teacher Teacher.
Yeah.
But it helped us to get into that market, like performing some schools and stuff. And it was really nice. So lately I decided to reintroduce that song to the world,
Yeah, definitely. So tell the listeners what's next for you, what projects you've got coming out. I know you mentioned about an album earlier. Tell us how we can kind of listen to you, how we go about tuning in.
Well, the main way to keep in touch with Rasta Reuben Kwabena always is tune into reggaeplanetradio.com. Reggaeplanetradio.com is like, it's basically online radio, but it's really our whole website, our magazine. It keeps you updated with everything that we're doing, what's coming up next. And, there's always music playing on there too and all of that. But it's also like a online magazine, multimedia platform. So whatever we're upcoming, you can hear about it. We're also on Facebook. We're also on, Instagram, in the sense that my African manager, Mr. Ezekiel Gosan, is the head of Whirling Promotions, and he's all over Instagram, and he's always promoting anything that we're up to. You know what I mean? So the next major things then, because I've been working with Mr. Gosan for a number of years now, and we have certain strategies that we're working on, and so far so good. A lot of people don't know this, but the truth is that Africa is very powerful when it comes to music industry and to entertainment and telecommunications. Like, Nigeria is one of the greatest countries when it comes to film production and music production in the entire world. As in the world of movies and stuff, you have Hollywood, California, and you have Bollywood in India, and you have Nollywood in Nigeria. So Nigeria is right up there, like top 3 in terms of movie production. And I think Nigeria even have the record of, they're the ones that make the most films. They actually make even more than America and stuff like that. So it's amazing. It's a great innovative country. And when I was there, I was invited by Mr. Ezekiel Gosan, and he organized a few showcases for me to perform on, right? And the whole vibe was just excellent from the first day I arrived to the last day I leave. It was just pure activity. It was like being in musical paradise, every day was like interviews, maybe 1 or 2 interviews on the radio, sometimes TV interview, and then also we meeting dignitaries and stuff like that, as well as photo shoots and recording sessions and stuff like that. So we've been really working a lot on some strategy, and out of that work now, as I said, it's about 2 albums we have in the making right now. One of the albums is mainly being recorded right here in Berlin, Germany, with another producer from Ghana, Sankoko Music Production Studio.
Yeah.
So you're getting a really nice sound. He's actually a great musician too, keyboard, bass. And there's a lot of history with him too, because he's one of the first African musicians that actually played reggae music in Africa back in the day. Because what's going on is like a beautiful story between Africa at home and abroad, where the Africans listen to Jamaica a lot,
Yeah.
They get a lot of inspiration from Jamaica, and we get a lot of inspiration from Africa. So now I think what's happening after the years of singing about repatriation, going back to Africa and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
No, we're actually connecting with each other, and we're doing it physically, linking up. The technology has helped too. The fact that we can call each other now more readily because of the new type of apps that we have and the new internet services and better prices for long distance communications and so on and so forth.
Correct.
So we're more in touch now, but we're also physically visiting each other, and there's been quite a nice development between Africa and Jamaica in terms of even increased visa, like say Jamaicans have more access now to Ghana, for example. Ghana, there's no visa requirement. You can travel to Ghana with your Jamaican passport, right?
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of things, and there was a nice ambassador from Nigeria who lived in Jamaica for quite a while. I think she just finished her ambassadorship, but she also helped to increase certain things. She introduced the first direct flight from Jamaica straight to Nigeria.
Okay.
So I don't think it's become like a total regular flight yet, but they had the first trial run and it was a success. And I think in the future they're going to do more. So all these things are going to really change the vibe, because for many years, as you know, if we wanted to go to Africa, we'd have to go from Jamaica to England. You have to get a transit visa through England, all these different issues. So the African Union has been working with the Caribbean governments to kind of eliminate some of those barriers and bring the brotherhood together more within Africa for the Africans at home and abroad. So basically, the next albums that's coming out from myself, Kwabena Reuben, next albums within the Reggae Planet series is really influenced now by this new level of engagement with Africa. So it's a beautiful thing, because we have African musicians actually working with us as the Jamaican reggae musicians, and it's brilliant because their depth of musicality is just outstanding, and the liveliness of how they're doing the music and the pictures and the videos and the whole thing is just beautiful and amazing. So the world can expect to see more of that where it's a collaboration really between the Africans. So as I say, right now we have 2 albums in the making. One is with the producer from Ghana, and one is with the producer from Nigeria. So we still have some of my own production guys in there too, like some of us from Canada, me and my brothers and stuff. So it's a combination with the Jamaican and the Canadians working together with the Africans, and a couple of Europeans involved too in the project in Berlin. So it's an international project, and therefore it fits the name of the Reggae Planet. We also work with some great African brothers in Portugal, because I went to Portugal too, and over there I was very overjoyed to see that there's a great African population. Most of them come from Angola or Cape Verde.
Yeah.
And they're very, very talented in their reggae music, and they can play the great roots rock reggae, they can play the dancehall, as well as they can play these different type of Afro beats, So if you listen to Afrobeat right now, it's very largely influenced by reggae. So we're both gaining inspiration from each other. You get me? And what I feel from my own feeling is that when you go to Africa as a Rasta man, you get to see that Marcus Messiah Garvey is very powerful prophet indeed, because somehow he was able to feel all of these. He never went to Africa physically, but he was able to educate himself in those days. We're talking like about 100 years ago, when he was doing his works in the 1920s and all those times. And, the degree of it, the confidence that he had in Africa and all of that, I think that is very important as Rasta people, that we follow that up. Like, don't just sing about it, or don't just dream about Africa. Like, actually pick up yourself and go there and make links with your African brothers and sisters and, do some great work together, because there's so much great work to do. Like, it's such a beautiful and big continent with so much coming up, and you know what I mean? It's just this energy. There's such an energy, and the people power is amazing. So,
yeah, so
the projects that we're working on right now will represent that. We'll let people hear that, like, because they will hear the different influences, and then obviously the promotion is going to be going on in all these different places.
Yeah, so speaking of that, and obviously all the great works that you're doing and connecting with Africa, we have a few African listeners right now locking in, and they're loving the vibes. Would you be up for singing a little something for us?
Big up the African people, them, man. Like, to be honest to you, it's like when you get me start talking about Africa, you can't get me to stop, because me did always love Africa, as a Rasta man growing up. All the great Dennis Brown did sing some nice children, some nice song, like when him sing a song when he say, I and I a Rasta children, I and I a Rasta man, he come from Zion. You know what I mean? And leaving out of Babylon, and so to the promised land. So from them days they must sing about the promised land and Africa. You remember him they sing the promised land? Take me to the promised land. You get me? So from them days I used to play in the dance too. I used to play the selection. So when you play certain selections, oh man, the place was crazy. The dance was just going nuts. So the whole vibe is that we've been learning this whole way, that's the inspiration from our elders from the youth days, right? But what happened now was, when it came to the question of repatriation, it's like, say, we almost put it on stall. But I think the time has come now where it's time to take this vibe seriously. There was something that he was feeling. And when you go to Africa, you feel it immediately.
Yeah.
And it's the sense that we don't only have, like, okay, when you're in Jamaica, and you think about Jamaica, Jamaica is such a powerful place, a small island which is so powerful. You always feel like Jamaica is really powerful. So when you go to Africa now and you realize that we're brothers, like this is the roots of the Jamaicans, really, you see like the root of this power, and you see the numbers of it, because in Africa we're 1.2 billion people. So when you count that amount of people, and then you count all the Caribbean people, and then you count all the people who love Africa, you get me, all the fans and listeners of the reggae music around the world, now you see the force. So united we strong, divided we fall. So I just think that I personally don't even join the argument about reggae versus Afrobeat. To me, we're one music, because the way we look on it is like, you have some people who don't believe in a God, right? So the people who don't believe in a God is like them in a one camp. But then you have people who believe in a God. So you could spend your time now arguing about which God. You get me? If you feel like it.
Definitely.
But there's a happiness for just know, so okay, at least we all believe in a God. So when I hear Afrobeat or Calypso, any one of our music, it just sounds so beautiful and colorful and nice. It might be a next version of our music, but we love all of our music.
For real. You know, is there any kind of final thoughts you want to say to the listeners out there before we have to go? Any final thoughts you want to say to them?
Well, I just want to tell the people, say, keep tuning in to reggaeplanetradio.com whenever they have a chance, right? Because as I said, reggaeplanetradio.com is not just radio. It's like an online multimedia magazine. So you can kind of get to tune in to what we're up to. Even things that you up to, we post it there too sometimes. You get me? Because we're promoting reggae all over the world. It's not just about us, but you can definitely find out about what we're up to. And also, I would like to say to the people that just remember the prophecy of Haile Selassie culture, Rastafari culture, Haile Selassie power. Remember the teachings of Marcus Garvey, and work with the Garvey energy, because there's something mystical about what he's saying from such time. And when I went to Africa, I felt that 100%. I felt that this man is onto something. He knew something. Something about greatness, something about empowerment, something about our actual native richness, which is Africa.
Definitely.
About not that we need to abandon the Caribbean or abandon North America, but Africans at home and abroad work together in great unity and greater success to achieve.
Definitely. You know what? It's always a pleasure to speak with you. I hope we can speak again soon. Definitely. Big respect every time, yeah?
Yeah, man. Big up and enough respect to your honors and majesty, and keep up what you're doing, because I know I can see that you've been very continuous and very consistent. So we bless you and we bless your works, and we just
give thanks
for bigger and greater things for you as you continue to doing the great work that you're doing, promoting reggae. So
blessings.
Big up and enough respect.
Blessings. Speak again soon,
we're looking forward, once the pandemic is finished now, we're looking forward to coming over to UK too and doing some shows over there. You know?
For real.
More than likely, the dream and the plan is to bring some of my African brothers and unite with some of my own brothers from Canada, and then bring that out to the world. And
for real.
In Africa, I perform with my brothers there, my African brothers there, and I never felt any different from when I was performing with my Jamaican Canadian brothers. So we want to unite that and make the world get to see some of it. Nigeria see it already, but we want to bring it out now and make the rest of the world see what power there is in that combination of the Jamaican African combination.
Cool. All right then, no worries. We'll speak again soon, yeah? Give thanks.
Yeah, man. So thanks. Big up Rastafari culture, you still say.
Yeah, man.
And big up to all the fans and listeners of Arawak Radio.
Blessings, bless. Speak soon. Bye. Yes, people, please do go and check out Rasta Reuben. Go and see what it's all about. Okay. Right now we're playing some tunes. We're taking you back to one of the tunes that Rasta Reuben played. Here we go.
If I ever make it in a life, DJ Kat, you are royalty. So me have to set it thing alright. Hey, DJ Kat, a protege representing, ease out like royalty.